In today's episode, we're working on our Mark IV Supra again. We've got 30-year-old brakes and suspension on this thing, so that has to come out. We've got a whole slew of new bits to put in. Let's get started. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Throttle channel. As you can see behind us here, we've got our amazing Supra SEMA build. Today we've got a bunch of new parts here on the table that we want to introduce to the build that haven't been shown yet. First and foremost, I see some shiny bits over here, so let's go over these. These are our KW V3s. They ride amazing on our BMW projects, and we're going to be using them here on the Supra.
Your wagon has it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
And if you look closely, we've got compression and rebound adjustment on either end of these things. And over here on this side of the table, we've got a bunch of parts from my friend Alex Pfeiffer, who owns a company called Battle Version. Now, Alex is arguably the first US drifter, which is pretty cool.
Sure.
So when drifting started in 2003 in the States, Alex was one of the first guys that actually showed up to an event, was actually already skilled and talented at drifting. I've used his products on my Corolla and a few other builds that we've done, but this is the first one that's actually going to be a throttle build.
The quality and how buff these things are is insane. They're fully adjustable arms. I mean, everything is fully adjustable. Everything is coated. This body joints right here, they're actually from Mark III Supra, right? Which is what our body from Battle Version uses.
Yeah, so those bolt on here.
Right at the bottom.
So
they're super
So they're serviceable.
Advanced Auto actually helped us source these out. Anything you guys need from Advanced Auto, just go to the link description below and they'll be able to help you guys out.
As part of the Battle Version kit, Alex also sent over his rear diff mounts as well as subframe bushings to make everything hardened instead of rubber. So that's a lot of Battle Version parts and suspension parts. We also have brake parts as well.
Yep.
Those are gonna come later. We'll introduce those later in the video. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get cracking, Ricky.
Go to work, baby.
How's this thing looking here? Pretty bad, huh?
This right here in the background looks pretty nasty. This looks nasty.
Yeah, we got some rusty coilovers.
Oh yeah, that's coming out. This is all coming out. I just put the tie rod back in here and I measured to make sure that it was in the same exact location that it was when I took the original one out. Here, because everything in this Battle Version kit is fully adjustable. So I want to make sure that it's to the OE spec that it is now. And then when we take this thing to get a line or tune or whatever, then we'll be able to make the adjustments that we need on the fly versus removing stuff and replacing it.
Yeah!
Damn, she's heavy. So you see right here, you're able to adjust the location of the shock, and then right here, the extra two holes for you to be able to adjust the location of the sway bar and link.
So I've seen that a lot on suspension, like my own suspension on my car. Why?
I don't know either.
Quinn?
I don't drift.
It's just another form of adjustments. So this is where your pivot is. When the control arm is actuating, it's going up and down in the engine. Notice how the outer hole is moving a farther distance than the inner hole, right? And so that's gonna put different amounts of tension on the sway bar. So if you move it inboard, the sway bar is gonna have less effect. If you move it outboard, it's gonna have more effect.
This is a big difference. The old one is rusty and crusty. This looks amazing. Not only does it look a lot better, but it's definitely gonna feel way better than what the old one did. We have our battle version upper arm going in. Finally, this is gonna be, well, the second piece to the puzzle. All right, so as you can see, everything on the front left side is completely done and tightened up. Everything is ready to go. The next step for these areas is gonna be the brake system, but we'll do that after I get the other 3 wheels done.
You guys know I'm all about details, and one of the things that we weren't gonna let fly was how those strut towers look, especially when the homie Frank is just a phone call away over at Downstar. I hit up Frank, ordered up some beauty washers for the strut towers. I've settled on black after asking the boys around here what they think. This was just with us putting a new bolt or a new nut on. This is an M10 125 nut, and it looks okay. But once you add that Downstar beauty washer on there, man, it really pops.
As you can see, I took this axle out, and I haven't talked about this, but we do have brand new axles from the Dry Shaft shop, which I'm going to show you right now. Here we have the Dry Shaft shop axles that we ordered. These things can handle up to 1,300 horsepower. As you can see, they're a bit smaller, and here we have the spacer that we need, the adapter to make this thing work in our Supra. This is our adapter for our Dry Shaft shop axle that I'm going to be installing. Adapter goes first, and then after that, the axle itself, so let's get to it. Got the axle in, kind of. First arm going in is gonna be the bottom version upper A arm. Wish me luck, because this is a pain in the butt. This is the easy part. The hard part is putting the nut. Rear KW coilover going in. Wheel's gonna assist me on the top bolts. So these are one of our arms that does some alignment adjustment, but it goes right here and it faces this way. And this is the adjustment screw. And when you turn it, it moves this back and forth. I don't know what it's called, to be honest.
It's called a toe arm valve.
For sure. This is a camber arm. Looks just like all the other ones because it's from the same company. Everything down here is done. The only thing left to do is tighten up those 3 nuts on top and then moving on to the passenger side. Tearing down the passenger side now, like we did the left side. So I'm putting some of the last bolts on the axle adapter, the same thing I did on the other side. After this, we'll throw the axle in. We'll be able to attach it to the spindle, and then we'll start doing arm by arm.
Say something.
What do you want me to say? I'm putting the coilovers back in the car, bro. Like the other 3 times I did it. I think that's it. Both of the rears are done, front left is done. It is time to get the front right done, and that'll be the last of the suspension work.
Alright, Ricky, what happened?
Oh, one of the camber bolts does not want to come out. It's completely rusted inside. I'm gonna start cutting on both sides. Hopefully that will take it out. Three hours later, me and Greg finally got it out. Where's the arm? Right there.
The arm's on the floor.
We had to take out layer. Where is it? That is very hot. Still hot, don't touch it. That was wild.
You ever been through anything like that?
No, not this bad, ever. Ever in my life have I had to deal with something like this. And that was the only bolt in the entire car that was like that. Putting in the last bit of the suspension. Once I get done with this, we're gonna move out to the rear where we're gonna start putting the diff and subframe bushing actually, yeah. We ended up cutting one of the adjustment screws or bolt. What do you call that? Camber bolt? No.
No. Lower control arm eccentric bolt.
That is already an eccentric word to be using for a freaking Supra.
What?
So as you saw in this video, I ended up cutting one of the bolts off because it was completely welded shut with rust. So we called Toyota. It'll be here early in the morning. Once we get that in, we'll be able to finish this entire section when it comes to suspension and arms and stuff like that. From here, we are going to move on to the back, the rear diff and rear subframe, and we are going to be replacing all the bushings and mounts for solid ones.
Ricky finished the rear suspension, so we're actually going to take the suspension off by the shock here, and we're going to drop the entire unit as one. So all of the axles, everything, all the control arms is going to come out with the subframe. So we have a bolt here, we have a bolt here, and then we have four bolts back here.
Did you need me?
Yep.
Yeah, you said unit.
Oh,
So I figured-
Wow.
you can help.
Okay, sweet.
So once we undo all of those, the entire subframe is going to come out of the car on a little stand we have over there. We're going to roll it away from the car, and Ricky's going to start smoking out the bushings and put our new ones in. Super easy to bring everything out as one instead of trying to take all the suspension apart on both sides.
Yep.
So it'll be easy in, easy out. Let's go.
He yelled at me. He's like, why don't you do the bushings first?
Here's what I told him to do. I said, disassemble the rear suspension on both sides completely, and then we'll just drop the subframe and diff and do it. And he already didn't do that, and he put everything back together.
Yeah.
So
I can't do that. His brain is so freaking different than mine. Like, he can take all these apart and then 3 weeks later put it together. I have to leave one together in case I mess up and I don't remember how it goes. That way I can see what's going on. My brain is just too small. Sorry, dude. We have our battle versions solid mounts for the subframe and the diff. One goes here, the other one goes here. And then we have this one over here, which is the top subframe mount, and there's also a smaller one that goes underneath. But we'll do that one when it goes back into the car. So if you see here, look, this won't go in. Then when you warm it up, oh, it's already sealing.
Oh, yeah, guys.
So when you warm this up, what happens is it opens up. You know. Bam. Woo. We have the subframe mounts done, the diff mounts done, and then there's a second piece for the lower part of the front part of the subframe, which we'll do that when we put the actual subframe in the car. And that's it. So enough talking, let's get this baby back on the car.
what the f? We just lowered the subframe onto the new solid mounts. So the front ones are on the Dallas, so it has the chassis has like about a little that sticks down that far, and you stick that in the bushing. So we're gonna put the bolts in here now. So that'll kind of keep it in place and pivot off that. Then we'll lower it down more. It'll pick up the back brackets here and be able to thread it in. Once they're in, everything's tight. Subframe's back in.
I gotta clean the other bolt.
Ricky, what is this technique called?
I don't know, but it just worked, so I'm sticking with it.
It works pretty well.
You got it? Now that we just got done doing the suspension with our KW coilovers and our bottle version arms, it is time to move on to the next step, which is our brake system. If you look down here, we have a bunch of goodies to include wheel well, rod industries, and some advanced bottle parts. So let me start by showing you guys the rotors. We have our extreme brake rotors right here. These things are beef. Look at this thing. They're so sick. The way they build. This is our two-piece brake system with our Rat Industries hats out of build aluminum, all CNC machine. And I put one basically together so you guys can see what it's kind of going to look like. Shout out to Dan from Rat Industries. He also sent our caliper adapters also from his company, and they're going to bolt into our Wilwood calipers. Our 4-piston caliper from Wilwood as well. They also sent our high performance pads. And then we have some chase bays, brake caliper hoses. On this section, we have our advanced auto parts calipers and rotors with some EBC yellow stuff pads. Anything you guys need from Advanced Auto, they were able to help us out. As you can see, we are taking off our 2-piston calipers to put our 1-piston calipers in the rear, and that's because we are downsizing to the NA rotors and calipers so we can fit our very small set of wheels because we are going to have a drag setup on it. So enough talking, I think. Let's just go to work and get these things on. And this adapter has the perfect measurement to put the caliper in the same area that the rotor will be perfectly centered with the Wilwood caliper. So the Wilwood high performance brake pads, we are gonna marry them together with our entire package here. Oh yeah. Ooh. Ooh, I like how this fits. You gotta want it. You gotta want it. Ooh yeah. Bro, it looks so sick, dude. Rotors and it was 6-piston calipers.
No, oh.
I said 4. I was mistaken.
Put a 6 on the screen when he.
I was mistaken.
Together, Ricky.
What do you think, Mick?
Get it together. I could have told you there were 6 pistons.
Yeah, I saw it now.
That's like jewelry for the car.
Dude,
like the battle version suspension, this, the KWs, just like, and all the cleaning Ricky did in there too.
We have Chase Bay's brake line here, and I'm going to put it on our Wilwood caliper into our chassis holder. The suspension and brakes are on. I just put the wheels on. Now let's get it off the lift to see how this thing looks on the floor. Quinn says that it's too low, which is why we're not putting the front bumper on. I'm calling his bluff. I don't think it's that low.
Not that bad, bro.
It's going.
Still going down.
Oh my.
Wait a minute. Bro. That's still in the lift.
What? Dude, this thing looks insane.
It's too low. It's way too low. You're gonna have to jack the back up if you want to even try and get the front arms.
It looks super dope. I kind of want to keep it like this.
Check it out, Mick.
It looks so sick. It's way too low.
No such thing.
It's way too low. I mean, when the real wheels go on it, ain't no way in hell it's staying at this height.
I'm gonna raise the car back up and we're gonna put the bumper on, and now the trick after that is figure out how to get it off the lift with the bumper on.
Holy shit, this thing is slammed.
Look at the camber on the front.
It's too low. It's not gonna drive.
It looks so freaking cool, dude.
Wow. It's starting to look real. I don't think it's really gonna hit me until the wheels go on. It looks kind of ridiculous when the skinny's on.
Bro, it's so insane. I don't know, man. Between this and the Eclipse, I think this one's gonna take the trophy.
This thing is so freaking cool. We raised it 1.5 inches in the front, and it's still like slammed. So it was like super slammed before.
All right, well that's gonna be a wrap on today's video.
We ended up tackling the brakes, the other suspension arms, the subframe and diff bushings, coilovers. We can't forget coilovers. The thing is literally on the ground. It looks so sick. And as you can see in the background, there's some other stuff that we've done, which you guys are gonna see on the next video. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah.
We've got a lot more coming, guys. We've got wheels and tires coming. We've got a lot more parts to put on this car. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Time is ticking, baby.
Parts from Alex Pfeiffer and Battle version.
He wants length of the car and subscribe to throtlVIP. Oh wait.
What? Koala?
I'm waiting for this foot. Well, Quinn, I'm coming down.
Yeah, this is for the bloopers, Ricky. That was anticlimactic.
I thought it was like 1,000 horsepower Supra.
I was having that thing to go through that window and
Taking your leg and
so as you can see, the front left side is completely done. Mother shit.
as you can see.
I mean, they're both done from here.
You sure you want to do that after? Why don't you just do this one first? You should probably do this first.
I'm focusing on one corner at a time, then the other one, and then
That's backwards.
You ever see the Conehead?
Yeah.
Music video? Playing this music.
Here we go.
My name is Ricky, and this is how to break your legs. Aww. It's a short one.
What's next?
His shoulder
What's this guy's problem, huh? Let's see what he's doing.
I forgot what to say. What'd you do with it?
What do you need to do?
That was on. Oh, you took it.
What?
Wait, you didn't take it for real?
Take what?
The nut for the axle.
Doesn't that go on?
No, it's a big old nut that goes there. I put it on. I didn't tie in it, but I put it on.
He's looking for the axle nut that Quinn hid about an hour ago. See how long it takes him to find it.
You took it.
I didn't do shit. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. How do you lose a nut that big, bro?
You lose everything.
Well, it's just like this big.
Hey, Quinn. Come here. Ricky.
What happened?
Ricky, come
Ah,
He's looking
What
for his
happened?
axle.
1:45. A full hour. A full hour later, Ricky. What'd I call? I called 12:50. I called it 12:50.
You were in on it. You were in on it.
I could have had the suspension done 2 days ago.
You can't even do an oil change without help.
You can't even put a bolt in.
I know you think this is easy, Sean. It may look easy from your point of view. That is not that easy. Fail.
Wow, he did it!
That's how you do it, Sean.
You deserve a treat.
I got ice cream. That.
Wait, what did you just say?
Okay, I'm not gonna say it on camera.
Yo, why are your gloves looking like you from Home Alone?
What?
Like we ain't got no mo.
They get used a lot.
Your finger's about to pop through that. You look like the burglar from Home Alone.
The burglar.
Nice.
The burglar.
The Hamburglar.
The burglar.